Happy Friday, welcome to Self-Love February. And I suppose self-love, when I'm thinking about it, love to me is a feeling and also a verb. And I think that's often where problems start to arise. That people feel the feeling of love, but they don't always behave in a loving way. And it's the same thing with ourselves. So while you might feel you love yourself, what are you actually doing to give yourself the love? So to do love the verb for yourself. And I got a newsletter a couple of weeks ago with a fabulous phrase in it from Hilda Carroll, which said, self-care is not just Netflix and bubble baths. And to me, self-care is a big part of self-love. So the first thing that I actually do for myself every day, in between 3, 2, 1 focus, when I do a longer version of this, is I just write out the affirmation and I use Infinite Spirit, open the perfect way for me to have an amazing day today. And the Infinite Spirit wording comes from The Game of Life by Florence Scovel Shinn, and I find it really powerful. If you prefer to just write, I now have an amazing day today, that's perfect. Whatever works for you, it has to resonate. And if amazing isn't your word, find a word that does work for you. It could be something as simple as I now have a better day today, but anything that's going to help you a little bit to feel a little bit better. Because I suppose this is what I use to help me to have more sunshine on the inside. Because as I look out today, it's a bit grey, it's kind of raining, and I know on those days you need to have an awful lot more sunshine on the inside, because how we're feeling is attracting everything to us. So what I want to say as well is make sure if you're doing this that you put a full stop at the end of the sentence, because if you don't put a full stop, you don't mean it. And I remember when I was told that first, I had like journals and journals and journals, and there was no full stops in them at all. So while I really wanted on some level for my life to change, subconsciously there was some part of me that really didn't want it to change at all. So if you can get yourself a dedicated journal for this, it's great. Like A5 size is brilliant. I got this beautiful one last week from one of my besties, and I really like it. I knew when she gave it to me it was for this, Magic and Manifestations. Because another thing I want to say is that, we are so powerful. Our minds are creating our whole reality. No matter what's going on in the world, we have so much power. And this is what this is all about, is becoming empowered in ourselves and knowing how to use our own minds so that we line up with incredible synchronicities and that life actually flows for us. So I'm going to be back again. I'm going to just do that. That's all. I know I said invite you to spend 10 minutes a day on yourself, but 10 minutes at the start might be a lot. So that's going to take you maybe a minute at the most. Try doing that for the next few days, and I'll share the next little bit in a video on Monday. But what I would also say is, if you are a healer or a therapist or a coach and you have ideas you'd love to share for Self-Love February, why not also create your own post to share and use the hashtag Self-Love February hashtag, so that I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and I only have the suggestions that I'm downloading and that I feel are right, but you might have other suggestions you want to use. Please go ahead, feel free to do this. I honestly think that Valentine's Day is just such a trigger for so many people, and it knocks people, and we don't need to be knocked. We need to, feel loved and empowered, and it really is, when you start on the inside, then that starts to be reflected back to you outside. So if you are, or a coach or anybody else who's in this space, or if you're just a private individual and you have some ideas you want to share yourself, use the hashtag Self-Love February. And also then, do go and see what else is up there for this, because you just don't know what great idea is going to be there that really resonates with you. So I'm just checking here. That's everything I have for today. And I'm wishing you a really wonderful weekend, and I will see you again on Monday. Have a fabulous weekend. Lots of love. Bye.